And now we get the introduction of Vulcan Raven. And I want you to take a close look at how he looks, okay? Because that is one of my problems with this character in this game. Oh, come on! I mean, it might just be me. It might be that I'm completely wrong, completely off here. But isn't he way too orange? I mean, he's not completely orange, I know that, but his skin color seems way off. I mean, just look at that.
Send him a message.
I know he's supposed to be Inuit, but what was wrong with his skin color in the original? And as I said, I might be wrong there. I'm not 100% sure, but
That's right.
But if you put aside the skin color thing, he still doesn't look good to me. In the original, he was really intimidating, both in his voice and the way he looked. Here he looks like a really rubbish cartoon character. He doesn't fit.
Come, let's fight.
Feel free to disagree with this, but I just feel like in this game, this version of Vulcan Raven feels like he doesn't belong in this universe. He doesn't fit in. He's not intimidating enough. He looks like he has a bad tan. A spray-on tan, actually. And you might not have heard too much of that, but his voice, even though it's the same actor, is changed a bit in a way that it's not intimidating anymore. It sounds like someone trying to be intimidating. In the original, he was intimidating. So I don't know how they could fuck up. Sorry, how they could mess up so much of a game already. But anyway, now you have to destroy this. Destroy his tank. You could of course use several methods. I like this grenade method, although I suck at aiming with it, so I miss half the time. That's gotta be fun though, a grenade in the crotch.
See how you like this?
In this version, in the Twin Snakes, you could, if you wanted to, use first person to just shoot the guy on that turret. But I think it would take a little more time, depending on how how accurate you are with your grenades or gun. And it's not as fun. But for those who like to do a non-lethal run-through, you could do that too with this. You could just use your M9 to shoot the turret, to shoot the machine gunner until he passed out. Because as you can see, he doesn't just have a health bar, he has a stamina bar too. But I don't know what people usually preferred in this fight, but I like to use the grenades. If nothing else, because it reminds me of the original, which I feel is a much better game. A much better version. Anyway, isn't the guy dead yet? Come on. Oh, he's dead. There we go. Now we're getting out of these a little over-the-top scenes. I mean, I know Snake is a cool character and all, but come on. You have to be incredibly accurate. You have to be incredibly accurate to be able to throw a grenade inside the barrel of a tank. He's really cool, isn't he? I think that's also one of the reasons I don't really like this game. I mean, I love the Metal Gear series, but in this game it's like they're trying too hard to make Snake cool. You shouldn't need that. He's a cool character on his own. You don't need the over-the-top sequences. You don't need to make him inhumanly good at throwing grenades. You don't need to make him a complete unhuman badass.
Underestimate him.
What did you think of him?
And that's
Just as you said.
the reason they did this is, I mean,
He lives
no,
and breathes
I mean,
combat just like you. I would expect no less
I think
from your
at the end of the day, the reason it turned out this way is because Kojima wasn't the director.
generalized.
It's so obvious that it wasn't, because the direction style is completely different.
Your tongue, shaman.
In the language of the Sioux people, Sioux means snake. It is known as an animal to be feared.
Well, Snake is mine now. When I meet him next.
I don't know if you could hear the Vulcan Raven voice there, but as I said, it sounds like he's trying to be intimidating in this one, as opposed to the original where he is intimidating.
Yes, the raven on my head. It thirsts for his blood.
And I'll have more to say on Vulcan Raven later in the game. But for now, let's move on. So now we've come to the nuke building. Which is full of nuclear missiles. And guys in gas masks. Gas masks. And as you can see, you can't really use much of your weaponry, because, as they explain here,
Be careful.
you'd be in danger of
Must not use weapons in that area.
shooting open
I've already programmed
some of the
nanomachines
nuclear
so that
materials
they'll be
and
able to, Colonel.
gas canisters and all that.
What are you talking about?
Have you forgotten? That's where they keep the nuclear warheads. Can't you see them?
Yeah. There's lots of boxes piled up in here.
But this isn't really a problem, since you now have
They're all
the
dismantled warheads.
tranquilizer guns.
Just leave them here.
You can,
It's like
so,
President Baker said.
because now you can just then
Totally
use the
careless.
tranquilizers
They're working on a limited budget. They
to
try put on
knock
a
down
pretty face for
the
movie,
soldiers in there.
but this is the grim reality
Yes, you
of
can't
it.
shoot out the
Natasha
cameras
knows lots
with
more
it,
about
but
than I do.
then again,
Her
that
frequency is
you just can sneak
141.52.
past the cameras.
All of the warheads in those boxes have had their detonation mechanisms removed, so there's no fear of them exploding. But if the warheads are broken, they might leak plutonium, and that would be a serious problem.
Snake, never use your weapon on that floor.